Say it with me. The Wisconsin Badgers are heading to the Final Four. Boy, does that sound sweet. So a little bit of mixed feelings there, but everybody happy about the result, and I mean everybody. 45,691 at hand to see the Brewers win, the sixth largest crowd in park history. I know, the Badgers are going to the Final Four. You'll hear from the team a little bit later, but right now we've got to talk Marquette hoops because they've got a new head coach. What would you rather have? Your favorite team winning 13 games in a row or free ice cream? Is it too much to ask for both? Monte is not the only one living the Super Bowl dream. Between the two teams, 5 Badgers will be either playing or coaching in the big game. The smell of brats and brews is in the air, and in Wisconsin, that's the smell of football as Arizona and Green Bay kick off the preseason tonight here at Lambeau Field. An early season measuring stick to see where these teams stand in the grand scheme of things, and the Badgers hope it goes a whole lot better than last year. Sunday in the Big Apple, Monte looks to fulfill a lifelong dream with some old buddies standing in his way. In 1991, UW-Madison got rid of their baseball program, leaving Badgers fans without a baseball team to root for. But over the last decade, a group of guys on campus has done whatever it takes to keep Wisconsin baseball alive and well. Once a week at the UW Stock Pavilion, the sound of cows and pigs is replaced with the sound of cowhide and aluminum bats. It's the sound of the Wisconsin baseball team hard at work.
Well, Wisconsin does have a baseball team. That's what I like to tell people. I play baseball at Wisconsin. A lot of people don't know we have a team.
A club baseball team, but these guys are pretty good.
Lawrence can hit, Billy can hit, Parker can hit, pretty much everyone except for me and the other pitchers.
There's definitely some guys who could have played Division II or even Division I baseball on our team.
They practice, they play games at home and on the road, and to enjoy the fruits of their labor, they even do spring training in Florida.
We played Bucky Dent Academy down in Florida, and there were some MLB scouts at the game. Their catcher ended up getting drafted in the second round, and our pitcher struck him out the first at-bat. Next at-bat just hits a bomb right over the left field wall.
To make it happen, the club baseball team plows through fundraising, grant applications, and travel arrangements all by themselves, all with the hope that future Badgers can live in their own field of dreams.
That's our ultimate goal, is to get baseball awareness around Madison and eventually hopefully get a team back here.
But for now, they're just happy to be the UW farm system.
They show cows and stuff in here. There's pigs down there where we keep all our gear, so it's fun.
No animals were hurt during the shooting of that story. The Brewers have had great pitching so far this year. And that's good because they haven't hit the ball, haven't scored more than 5 runs in a game in more than 2 weeks, but they're still winning because of that whole pitching thing. Brewers had Kyle Loesch on the mound today. He pitched well, 6 1/3, gave up 2 runs. Scooter Jeanette hitting well. Sneaks that one into fair territory. A solo shot, Jeanette's second of the year, and it's 1-0 Brewers. Third inning, a runner on for Jonathan Lucroy. He's hitting the ball well this year, though. Batting over 300, that one goes up the middle. Gomez scores easily, it's 2-0. But in the 8th, Brandon Phillips with a shot to center field. That ties it at 3. They're currently tied at 3 in the 9th inning. Big day for Wisconsin softball. They beat Michigan 6-5 in 9 innings. Wisconsin wins 2 of 3. Their first series win over Michigan since 1999, and only the 3rd series that Michigan has lost in the Big Ten in the last 4 years. Up next for Wisconsin, the Big Ten tournament at Northwestern on Thursday. Sprint Cup at Talladega. Class. And NASCAR on board with Danica Patrick. Keselowski tries to cut her off. She holds her ground, and Keselowski going for a little bit of a ride there. He finished 38th. Patrick finished 22nd. It's known as the Big One, as in the big crash at the super speedways. Jeff Gordon, Brad Keselowski, and Matt Kenseth involved there. Kenseth finished 37th. Denny Hamlin wins the race. Game 7 in the NBA, Brooklyn at Toronto. All the Raptors faithful out to watch. Joe Johnson, he likes the spotlight, had 26 points. The Nets lead by 10, but late in the game, Kyle Lowry on the drive brings the Raptors to within 1. Lowry had a game-high 28, but it wasn't enough. Paul Pierce denies Lowry at the buzzer. The Nets survive 104-103. Final round of the Wells Fargo Championship in Charlotte. Phil Mickelson in the hunt, but well, you putt for dough, and he misses that one, finished 7 under par. Jim Furyk with the shot of the day on 15, the chip for eagle.
This looks really good.
Woo! That is in the hole. Furyk was 13 under for the tournament, but even that's not enough to take down J.B. Holmes. He wins it at 14 under. Earlier this week, we brought you the story of the Boyle family who is dealing with Alzheimer's firsthand and doing something about it in the form of football. The Blondes versus Brunettes game took place today in Middleton with all the proceeds going to the Alzheimer's Association, and they did very well. Last year, they raised $10,000. This year, they've raised $31,000 and counting.
The support is enough.
And in case you were wondering, the Brunettes won the game 19-12. Michael Learman has taken Wisconsin track and field by storm. This year, he set an NCAA record for the indoor weight throw, and he broke a UW record in the hammer throw. But his road to the record book is full of twists and turns. When Michael Learman makes his way into the thrower's cage, he does so with very few peers. But even he wonders how in the world he's managed to rewrite the UW record books.
I would have never expected me to have this great of athletic ability for the hammer and weight throw.
That's because his journey to Madison is even more remarkable than his accomplishments.
I mean, where do you want me to start? My parents own a hotel back home, so I actually grew up in a motel my whole life, which is really weird.
Really weird, but not as weird as a future NCAA All-American who didn't even join sports until his junior year of high school.
Kind of a bum, didn't really do much. Spent a lot of my time on a computer.
Learman got off the couch, lost 80 pounds, and enjoyed 2 years of track before he took his talents to UW Stout, to be exact. Not with dreams of track and field, but with dreams of taking over the family business.
I went to UW Stout because it was close, and they had a hotel and restaurant management program that I was interested in. So I knew I was going to join the track team because I enjoyed track.
But his love of the sport grew, and after a couple of good years at Stout, Learman reached out to UW throwing coach Dave Ostrowskis.
I could tell he was very passionate about the hammer and the weight throw, and he wanted to transfer to a Division I school where he could just practice more.
2 years later, the chubby kid from Rice Lake is pinching himself. He's an NCAA record holder and a national champion.
It's insane. I would have never expected to even join sports in high school at the weight that I was at.
And while Learman's journey might seem less than ideal to some, it suits him just fine.
I wouldn't change anything.
The Wisconsin Open is this weekend, so if you want to get out there and watch him throw, he's in Madison competing.
What inspired him to first get off that couch back in high school, did he say?
He said it was, he actually had gotten out of a relationship and he wanted to lose some weight and get off the couch and start exercising. He lost 80 pounds in high school, so pretty remarkable. If time flies when you're having fun, then no one lives faster than Ryan Sahanek.
The world's fastest wheelie on ice.
Saturday on frozen Lake Koshkonong, Sahanek rode a wheelie at 109.5 miles per hour for 200 meters, breaking his own world record in front of a nervous crowd of family and friends.
I give him credit for being able to watch me because I don't even like watching my buddy Joe. It looks scary.
But fear hasn't kept Sahanek out of the record books or from entertaining people of all corners of the globe.
I've been to China, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Canada.
While he's defied physics all over the world, Sahanek's biggest challenge took place closer to home.
October 5th of 2007, I was on my way home from work at the time, and I got hit by a car, got med-flighted to Madison. And I woke up 6 weeks later with no left leg.
Even the loss of his leg couldn't slow down Sahanek, who used the accident as motivation.
That pushed me to get better, to go through all the rehab and get to where I can bend my leg far enough again and walk like a normal person because I want to sit on a motorcycle again.
And after rehabbing almost as fast as he rides wheelies, Sahanek was back to his old tricks.
6 months to the date, I did another show in China for the MotoGP event.
Now a father, Sahanek stopped short of saying he'd want his son to chase his record.
I'd like to see him do something slower, like the slowest wheelie on ice.
That said, Ryan plans to continue living life in the fast lane.
I really want to hit 120, so that's kind of what my goal is now.
In Fort Atkinson, Eric Rajala, News 3 Sports.